Nayrouz, actual meaning, history, and ritual. Let's talk about Coptic calendar. The months of the Coptic year are in order: Tut, Baba, Hatur, Kyak, Tuba, Amshir, Baramahat, Bermuda, Bashans, Bauna, Abib, Misra, and the small month Nasi, which is only 5 days or 6 days in a leap year. These months are getting used in Egypt, not only at church level, but also in agriculture. Copts omitted all these years before martyrdom and made the Coptic calendar, which begins with the year that Diocletian became emperor in 284 AD. Because he tortured and killed hundreds of thousands of Copts, therefore this calendar was called the Calendar of Martyrs. Due to magnitude Christians had endured during the reign of this emperor, they dated it back to 284 AD. It was the year when Emperor Diocletian crowned the throne of the empire. Therefore, Coptic history decreases from the Georgian date by 284 years. Let's remember that number. The Coptic Church has been known as the Church of Martyrs. Historians say that the number of martyrs killed from Egypt alone exceeded the number of Christian martyrs in the rest of the world. That's why there was a famous saying that the blood of the martyrs was the seed of the church. He tortured them with all kinds of torment, sometimes burned, sometimes boiling them in oil, even cutting pieces of their bodies off. Diocletian became in the late days of his life, and then was exiled to an island where the forest was inhabited by the group of Copts, who fled his face and took refuge because they were afraid of his tyranny. But when they saw he was in bad condition, they forgot everything and did good to him according to the words of Christ. Love your enemies. Diocletian rented of Rome, asking them to release him and bring him back to his throne, but they rejected his request and returned to his madness, and also he lost his sight. He continued to suffer pain until he died on that island in 305 AD. The spiritual meaning is in the memory of the martyrs. On September 11th every year, the Coptic Orthodox Church celebrates the first day of the month of Tut, in the memory of the martyrs who sacrificed their lives and put themselves to death for the love of Christ. Celebrations are held in the honor of those martyrs whose their blood path was the beginning of Christianity. We celebrate them. We always need to remember their heroics and virtues. As the scripture said, look at the end of their biography and be represented by their faith. The martyrs fought justice and sacrificed their souls for God who loved them. Let's wonder within ourselves, how do we react in defense of our spiritual values in a time when Satan brings his war, even sometimes an internal war? Let's talk about the local origin of Nayrouz and the meaning of the word. Nayrouz, or Egyptian Day, is the first day in the new agricultural year. The word Nayrouz came from the Coptic word Ni-Yaru, means rivers, because that time of year is when the Nile floods the land with water. Flood season is the reason for life in Egypt. When the Greeks entered, they added the sound yus to the Arabs. For example, Anthony would become Antonios. So, Ni-Yaru would become Nayrouz. Let's work Coptic year together. January to September take away 284 years from our normal calendar. September 11th to the end of our normal year, take away 283 years. Let's look at the rites and tune of this period. Joyful tune until the night of the cross on the 16th day of Tut. The church considered Nayrouz a major festival.